What up, y'all? I'm back. This is the third video. I took a little break, another one. I know last time I said I was taking a break, I never came back, but I'm back this time. I had just came back from the Bay. I was out there for 3 years, just moved back to Chicago, back in the homeland, you know. I feel like Chicago is having like a renaissance right now, and I wanted to get back just in time, but also the job market in the Bay was kind of wicked, so I was kind of forced out. But I'm back in the crib, and I'm trying to see what it's hitting for out here now. I came back into the room that I birthed my painting, so I feel like a circle moment. Feel good to be back. Circumstances in the Bay was so specific, not even just like my circumstances, the area in general. You know, it's a tech capital, so everything there was like tech based. So a lot of the art, a lot of the whatever was going on was dictated by like what tech was doing. I was trying to like maintain my, I think sovereignty is a funny word, but like try not to be impacted by the power of tech so much where technology and art is like overlapping. I like that and all, but like I feel like art that's not relying on, you know, machines and processing, LOL. Anyway, while I was riding back, I was thinking about just reflecting a little bit on how art was going for me out there, like the 4 biggest takeaways while I was creating out there. So that's why I'm making this video, and I'm gonna share them with y'all. Hopefully they resonate. Yeah, I think they're pretty important. It's like stuff that you can't teach. This is just like lived experience. So let me chat with y'all. Like trying to create in a place where the cost of living was among some of the highest in the world, you gotta really love what you're doing. Especially because sometimes you're not going to get compensated for it. I think it's really important that you maintain doing art for the passion. As long as you can. I know sometimes we got to monetize stuff, but if you could just maintain the passion a little bit longer, the passion is going to sell itself. Especially early on. Like, you got to really be enthusiastic about what you're doing. Unless you do it for yourself and you don't care, nobody care about it. People thrive on seeing somebody else excited about something. Like, look how your favorite artist be jumping on stage into the performance. People are like, oh, that was a great show. DJs dancing, guitar, passionate solo. You gotta have that passion when you're making something. If you ain't got that passion, it's just like, you know, you just putting out a product damn near. And there's nothing wrong with putting out products, but you know, you want your art to have that soul. Especially in this time period where you could just type a prompt in on one of these AIs and it'll give you some soulless art. Maintaining that passion is the only way that we can keep the soul in the game. Remember that blue dude off the Soul movie, Jamie Foxx, that did them bogus, you know, black people movie? That's another one. Let me stop. But nah, you remember how he like tapped in, tuned out, just turned blue and was just feeling it? Maintain the energy with your art. I promise you, it's gonna feel great, and it's gonna make you feel like you got a purpose when you're doing it. Like, also, like, try to tap into that childlike wonder that you had when you was a shorty and you was making stuff, big abstract figures, family, the sun in the corner with the sunglasses on. You was excited as hell to make it. Try to keep that long as possible, because once you start adding that money to it, it get kind of tricky, and sometimes you might have that low season. It's like, oh, what am I doing this for? Why am I doing this? Do it because you love it, and I promise you, it's gonna stretch a little further. That dopamine gonna hit. The second thing that I learned out there was always having like a solid motivation for doing it. If you're trying to do it, you know, be a big guy in a museum, turn up, do that. You're just trying to sell stuff at shows, do that. You're just doing it because you wanted to do something at the crib. Like, let your motivations be known. And having that motivation helps hold you accountable. You got a mission behind something, you know, let it be known that this is your mission. It was like a year after I started, I used to have my paintings on the couch behind me when I was on Zoom, and like my coworkers were like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, where'd you get it? I was like, oh, this is all me. And they was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then like one day we had a talent show at work via Zoom. They want me to talk about the works. I was a little anxious at first because my work is highly political, especially like post George Floyd. Everybody was being real particular with what they were saying because you know people were scared. I had to like make a conscious decision to like let them know what my motivations was while creating the art. They didn't really know how to respond to it because at first they just thought it was like, you know, cool abstract art on the wall. But like after letting them know it was created after the George Floyd stuff, it kind of made it anxious in the room. And that's how I know that I let my passion and my motivations come out purely, because that's how I knew what I was doing, what I had to do, because their reactions, they looked like they were like, oh, I don't know how to critique this because I don't want to get in trouble, or, you know, silence. And it was like one of those type of silences. And that's how I know that the motivation came out. And I was just passionate about talking. When you motivated, that passion come out too. And it's like one of those. It's like one of those, and it was hitting, and I was proud of myself because at first I was gonna water it down, but I'm glad I didn't. I feel like that was one of the crucial moments of my artist career early on, standing on what I was on. I'm very grateful that I had the opportunity to do such. So maintain your motivations and passions early on, and it's gonna you're gonna be battle tested for when, you know, somebody might go against your art. They might say that it's weak or something, so you ready. The third biggest thing, I would probably say research. Research can just go into a museum. It can mean talking to one of your artist friends, gallery, whatever. Just having like a little bit more knowledge is never a bad thing. It's never a bad thing. especially like if your art is like a niche and you do like a lot of, I like to call it sampling, LOL, aka taking elements from other art and putting it in your own. It's always good to have that research done just in case somebody tries to label you as something, or somebody say that you stealing. Be like, no, this is a conscious effort that I put this in there on purpose. I will also say take a lot of time in other mediums if you can. For example, if you paint, go tap into some sculptures, go tap into, you know, a glass blower. Talk to them about how they get down and, you know, learn their passions and motivations. Just don't keep yourself in one medium when you're studying. There's so many different mediums out here, you'll be doing yourself a disservice. The fourth and final thing that came to mind while I was out there, the power of your narrative. Very important. It gives your work, it grounds it in a sense. It's like a foundation. You could just like keep building off. Like once you got it figured out, and just keep stacking onto it. Like keep adding experiences as you go on. That narrative is like it kind of gives people a general idea of what you're about before they actually see the work. Especially in this era now, we're competing with machines and everything. The machine could give a story, but like it has to be a person attached to it. An example of a narrative, me specifically, I'm a black artist. You know, there's a whole thing that's, oh, I just want to be an artist. Why do they see me as black? It's not possible. Sorry, it's not. Like, we black, we abstract in the first place, gang. Like, once you black and you making something, you're a black artist. That is like that's one building block right there. You're a black artist that does blank. You're a black artist that does this, because I haven't seen other black people do it. So the narrative isn't the hard part. It's just cultivating. It's like cultivating a story that feels authentic to you. It's like cultivating a story, like, and you could just keep building on that story as you progress into the whatever you're trying to do with your art. Those the four things that came to mind my first 4 years being an artist. I just learned that by just observing and like participating in artist circles, consuming art, going to the museums, researching, and just seeing what works. There's a lot of trial and error with it too. Yeah, hopefully that was helped y'all out. Hopefully they resonate. You know, type in if you got any questions. Also, on the research side, I got this Tumblr page that I be sharing art to, strictly black art. Try not to use mainstream black artists. Well, mainstream is relative. Y'all know what I mean when I say mainstream, but like I just share different types of black art on this Tumblr page I have called Le Muse Noir, and hopefully that you could like get some inspiration from it. I post like 3 pieces of art that I find a day, and it's all color coordinated, so you know, it look pretty, it look cool. So yeah, if you're trying to get some inspo, tap into that. I also got a Pinterest if you want to follow that. Yeah, I got y'all. So yeah, be smooth. I'll see y'all soon.